Susan Barnett. Join me weeknights for CBS 3 Eyewitness News.
It's Sunday morning on CBS, and here again is Charles Osgood.
As we've told you, just two teams remain now in the battle for the NCAA championship. Michigan State and North Carolina meet tomorrow here on CBS. Of course, not every great basketball coach chooses to compete on the college level. Our Armin Katayan has a case in point.
You have the ball right here. He's open in the post. Face the basket. This is the stupidest bunch of people I've ever seen.
Listening to him, it may be hard to believe some people consider this man a saint.
Where's the outlet supposed to be? No, here!
What Coach Bob Hurley has done at St. Anthony High School in Jersey City, New Jersey, they say, is nothing short of a miracle.
Look at me, you. Don't you walk away from me.
This is not a democracy around here.
It's a benevolent dictatorship. Yes, for sure.
We did this in practice the other day. You can't say yes. You got to do it.
But basketball practice, weightlifting, get ready for practice, meetings, everything, it's a venue to get ready for everything that happens in life.
In an age when winning is often just the means to $1 million paycheck, Bob Hurley is a throwback. A hometown boy who turned his hometown team into one of the greatest dynasties in high school sports and never left.
Let's make this emotional. Let's make the game physical. Let's make them not want to play.
In the process, he turned this small Catholic school into a beacon of hope in a community in dire need of help.
Nobody ever challenges the kids. Parents let kids be mediocre. Teachers let kids be average. If I could hold them to a higher standard, I will. I try to get myself to a point where I'm holding them to about the highest standard I can. I wish I could hold them to a higher standard.
Stupid, 2 in a row. You could go a whole season. Not a team won't do it once. You've done it 2 days in a row.
St. Anthony is an unlikely powerhouse. With just 245 students, it is a struggling school in a struggling city. The cafeteria doubles as a locker room. The weight room's a closet. And there's no money for a gym. In fact, Hurley's boys have practiced in more than 24 different places over the years, like this former bingo hall, forced to break down and set up tables just to practice.
Quick 1, quick 5, be ready, run V. Ready, let's go, buddy. 1, 2, 3, attitude.
Despite it all, Hurley wins and wins. In 37 years, he's won nearly 1,000 games, 23 state titles, and 3 national championships, sending 5 players onto the pros. He grew up here, the son of a beat cop and a graveyard shift nurse.
Small rooms, 1 television, everybody together. Great, great, great sense of family.
He married his high school sweetheart, Chris.
Really was the only guy that I dated steadily, and we got engaged, got married.
Met in the basketball court in Greenville.
He followed in his father's footsteps and became a probation officer, learning firsthand what happens to kids no one looks out for.
I'm working in the inner city, and I'm supervising men on probation. And what are they? They're poor souls. They've got people that made bad decisions at 12, 13, 14 years old.
And it's pretty easy to see what the end result of that is.
Yeah, it's just a winkle. It becomes an adult life where they just, they give up on themselves.
Hurley began coaching at St. Anthony in 1972, determined not to let that happen. He makes every player sign a contract to show their commitment to themselves and the team.
I don't know if it's really a legal document, but it gives me...
I would say around here it's pretty legal.
Yeah, I've had no one challenge this document. But it gives everybody a chance to say all the time, well, no, I can't do this because, you know my coach, he crazy. That's the phrase in Jersey City, he crazy.
He crazy.
I've got to make sure I'm home at a certain time. I can't be drinking.
And current players like junior Derek Williams say the contract works.
We don't bring it up like, oh, remember the contract and stuff like that, but we got to be conscious at all times what we're doing because other people see us and they know what we represent.
Get it in! Push it on them!
And junior Matt Rista says all that yelling and screaming has a purpose.
Tough love. He treats you like an adult. He doesn't treat you like you're a 15, 16-year-old kid. He treats you how you're going to be treated when you get out in the real world.
It's a badge of honor for me knowing that, I went to the school and played for the legendary Coach Hurley.
Rashawn Burno is one of the kids who honored the Hurley contract. He grew up in the projects, raising himself after both his parents died from AIDS.
I'm a tough kid to survive playing for Coach Hurley because he's a dying breed. His morals and integrity would never be questioned.
Qualities Berno took with him to DePaul University, then to the world of high finance. But before long, it was time for a change, and he decided to give back some of what Coach Hurley gave him.
I think Coach Hurley is someone who should be praised for his decision to dedicate his life to help young men. I'm in Aurora, Illinois. The kids I teach here are being taught by what I've learned from Coach Hurley.
This is where you are. He wasn't supposed to do that. You know, he was supposed to remain in public housing, and he should be incarcerated right now. But not that kid. He's the American dream.
And among Hurley's kids, Rashawn is the rule, not the exception.
Every other day, there's about 50 to 75 recruiting letters.
In nearly 40 years, all but 3 of his players have gone on to college. More than 200 have received scholarships. For Hurley, basketball is the means to a more important end.
I think every kid here can play in college. So if every kid can play in college, now part of this is we're going to get you a degree. Education is the way you put yourself in the best possible situation for the future.
Among the players he's developed at St. Anthony were his 2 sons, Danny and Bobby Jr.
A no-excuse guy. There's no excuses.
Mike Krzyzewski coached Bobby Jr. to 2 national college titles at Duke University and is a longtime admirer of his dad.
Don't tell me because we don't have a gym, we can't have a great program. Don't tell me because this kid doesn't have a mother or father, or because this kid's poor, that he can't go to an Ivy League school. How important is that in the community? Come on. One of a kind. He's one of a kind.
Did we score? Did we score? We're so excited. Did we score?
If you have any doubts, consider this. The 61-year-old Hurley has been offered millions to coach in college, but he's never made the leap, despite the fact he's never earned more than $9,000 a year at St. Anthony.
Eyes on your target. Don't be looking at that ball. Keep your eyes on your target. Don't be moving the head.
He's thought about retiring, but every year, something funny happens.
You're a dumbass. You're a dumbass. Once, twice, they've done the same thing on you. Keep it red.
I say to my wife, oh, those couple of freshmen, I think they could be good players. Let me project this over 3 more years. And she just looks at me and her head spins, and here we go again.
They become part of your family. You know, each group of kids, when they come in, and they never leave. They always come back. So they become part of your family. It's been very rewarding for both of us.
Coach Hurley's been the subject of a best-selling book and an upcoming documentary, chronicling last year's run to #1.
Stop making faces, get your jacket and put it on.
But the highlight of his career could come tomorrow when he finds out if he'll be only the 3rd high school coach in history to be inducted into the Basketball Hall of Fame.
Travis, get up here!
Which his players and the people of Jersey City will tell you is exactly where he belongs.
Bob Hurley, the patron saint of St. Anthony?
It's hard to tie in with my outbursts and some of the things that I do. It's hard to tie me in. It may not be necessarily the best comparison, but I'm here for the long haul.
1, 2, 3. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Come on, yo.